What landmark court cases changed wage deduction rules? Imagine working hard and then discovering your paycheck has been cut without your permission. That's why landmark court cases have shaped the rules about wage deductions. Let's explore how these decisions protect workers and clarify what employers can and cannot do. One key case is Yorman versus the City of New York. This case looked at whether making improper deductions from salaried employees' pay affects their exemption from overtime. The court ruled that if an employer's practice or policy of making deductions is real or likely, workers lose their exempt status. That means they become eligible for overtime pay. This case made it clear that deductions can turn a salaried, exempt worker into a non-exempt one, which impacts how employers handle payroll. Another important ruling came from the Supreme Court in cases like EMD sales. The court explained that employers must prove an employee is exempt from overtime by a preponderance of the evidence. This is a standard used in most civil cases. It means employers have to show it's more likely than not that their deductions and classification are correct. This ruling makes it harder for employers to justify improper deductions that could strip workers of their overtime rights. There is also the case of Stone versus Alameda Health System. This case involved public employers and clarified that some state laws and penalties about wage deductions do not always apply to government entities. It shows that rules about deductions can vary depending on whether the employer is a private company or a public agency. So, what does all this mean for workers and employers? Employers need to be very careful with their deduction policies. Making improper deductions from salaried employees can cost them their exempt status and lead to paying back wages for overtime. Disputes often depend on whether deductions are part of a policy or just isolated incidents. And when defending their practices, employers must meet the preponderance of the evidence standard. In the end, these court decisions have made it clear that wage deductions are a serious issue. They help protect workers from unfair pay cuts and guide employers to follow the law. Knowing these landmark cases can help workers stand up for their rights and ensure employers stay compliant with wage and hour laws.